I remember sitting at my desk at 3 a.m., staring at a screen that felt like it was mocking me. My eyes were bloodshot, I was physically shaking from too much caffeine, and I just watched my third account that year hit zero. I did everything they told me to do. I read the books. I spent thousands on the seminars. I put in the 10,000 hours. But the harder I worked, the more money I lost. If you're watching this and you feel like you're doing everything right, but your equity curve still looks like a mountain cliff, I want to tell you something that took me 6 years and a lot of pain to realize. In trading, your effort and your result have almost zero correlation. In fact, for a long time, my hard work was the very thing that was keeping me broke. The beginning of the trap. Like most of you, I started this because I hated the 9 to 5. I saw the guys on Instagram with the Lumbos and the beach setups, and I thought, how hard can it be? It's just red and green candles. I fell for the first trap immediately. I found a broker that offered a sign-on bonus. They'd double my deposit. I thought I was a genius. I was up 100% before I even took a trade. I funded it with my actual savings. I blew that account in weeks. I didn't get mad, though. I just thought I was uneducated. So I did what any serious person does. I went looking for a teacher. I spent a full month's salary on a seminar. I remember sitting there, pen in hand, waiting for the secret. An hour later, the guy finished explaining trend lines. That was it. I paid a month of my life to learn how to draw a diagonal line on a screen. I was frustrated, but I was proud. I thought, okay, now I have the tools. I funded another account. Blew that one too. That was year 1. The 10,000-hour myth. Years 2 through 5 were a blur of trying harder. I became obsessed. I stopped hanging out with friends. I'd spend hours every night watching big shot gurus. I'd learn their strategies, practice them for a week, and as soon as I hit a losing streak, I'd ditch it. I thought there was a holy grail out there. I thought the gurus had a secret indicator that I just hadn't found yet. By year 6, I hit a wall. I had all the knowledge. I knew the fundamentals, the technicals, the R-to-R ratios, but I was still failing. I felt like a fraud. I started thinking, maybe this is just a scam. Maybe nobody actually makes money doing this. So I quit. I walked away. For a year, I didn't touch a chart. But that year away did something to me. I realized I didn't miss the money because I wasn't making any anyway. I missed the challenge. I realized that if I couldn't conquer this, I'd never truly believe in myself again. The turning point, the mirror. When I came back, I did something different. I stopped looking at the charts and started looking at myself. I started building my own strategies. I filled a whole booklet with them. But I noticed a pattern. I would create a perfect plan, but the second I got into a trade, the human took over. I'd feel an urge to enter. I'd get into a trade, and 5 minutes later, I'd get scared and close it for a tiny loss. Then I'd watch the price hit my original take profit. I was killing my account with paper cuts, dozens of tiny, impulsive losses. I started journaling not just my trades, but my feelings. I feel greedy right now. I'm taking this trade because I'm bored. I'm doubling down because I want to prove the market wrong. At the end of the month, I looked at my data. I realized that if I had just stayed away from the computer and let my strategy run exactly as I wrote it, I would have been in a massive profit. The problem wasn't the market. The problem wasn't the strategy. The problem was me. The mental shift. The day I became profitable was the day I stopped trying to win. I had to ask myself, why am I doing this? If it's just for the money, you will quit. The pain is too high. For me, it was about a better quality of life. It was about being able to say yes to a family holiday without asking a boss for permission. That why gave me the patience to do something that feels lazy, but is actually the hardest thing in the world, doing nothing. I stopped strategy hopping. I picked one pair. I decided I would take one trade a day. If I won, I was done. If I lost, I was done. I realized I will never know what the market is going to do next. And the secret is, I don't need to. I just need to trust that over 100 trades, my edge will play out. I stopped working hard. I started following rules. The result, suddenly the account started growing. It wasn't an explosion of wealth. It was just slow. A win, a loss, a win, a win. By the end of the week, I was up. I looked back and realized I could have been here years ago. But I was so busy looking for something shiny and fast that I never gave my edge enough time to actually work. If you're struggling right now, stop trying to be a genius. Stop trying to outsmart the market. Trading isn't about being right. It's about being disciplined when you're wrong. Build an edge that is so precise you don't have to make a single guess. Then take the trade, walk away from the screen, and let the math do the work. Detach yourself from the outcome of the next trade. It doesn't matter. What matters is the next 1,000 trades. One day, you'll look back and wonder why it took you so long, too. But the answer will be simple. It took you that long to get out of your own way.